Hello there. Hi, welcome, and thank you so much for being here. We're going to do a collective and timeless reading. So whenever this reading finds its way to you is the right time. But keep in mind, it's a general reading. So see what signs, symbols, messages, and energies resonate for you in your particular situation. And hopefully help bring you clarity on whatever you're wondering. It could broaden your perspective, change your focus, help you see something with fresh eyes. But in the end, always trust yourself. That divine inner guidance is inside of you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition so that your decisions are sound, based in love, and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's begin. We're going to start with the divine dog today. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest and the greatest good of all. What does the collective need to know as a foundational energy going on right now to be helpful? Please and thank you. Belonging. Oh, this is so cute. You're finding your pack. It could be your person, but this is you in the right environment. All of these dogs look so happy and attentive. Maybe you're attending a seminar or a class or something like that, and everybody there is really into whatever this is. It could be a work environment, a new friend group, but it says you're finding your pack. So I feel like this is new energy, new partnerships coming into your world. But even if it's somebody that you know, you're figuring out or discovering something new, like new facets about people that you didn't know before, and it's bringing you closer together. I feel like you might be really different from other people, whether it's different backgrounds, different personalities, maybe different faiths, different styles, whatever it is that you're different, you still kind of match energetically. You're finding the right group where people admire you, support you, value you, want to see you succeed. This is really nice. Let's get one more card on belonging. You got this prairie dog one. I just love this card so much. So you got the prairie dog on a leash. It's the Joker card. So maybe somebody has a really interesting sense of humor. Maybe they have a dirty sense of humor, a bad sense of humor. Maybe it's just dumb jokes that actually aren't funny, but they try. Maybe somebody is really funny though. But it says things are never as they seem. I do think maybe you have somebody in your life that you just didn't get to know to a deep level. You're going to be pleasantly surprised with someone. But just to look at everything both ways, even with that, it could be somebody you always thought was kind of cool, and maybe you get to know them a little bit more or see them in a situation and it's kind of a turnoff. Like, yeah, no, you're not all you're cracked up to be. But I feel like there's somebody who's going to be pleasantly surprising to you. I feel like all of these dogs are kind of looking at this prairie dog like, huh? Like, I didn't think you'd be part of our pack, but hey, you're pretty cool. Why don't you be part of our pack? So maybe you or somebody else even feels sort of out of place, but not. You're kind of special amongst maybe others that are a lot alike. I just think that's so cute. All right, let's go to something different. This is the Earth Magic. Let's just pull one card, see what comes through. What message needs to come through? Bridge between Joker and belonging. Is that the song by, did Lenny just slip on through? I belong to you, you belong to me. I think Lenny Kravitz just snuck on through here with this finding your pack. Let's see. One message for the collective, please. Oh, wow. You got the whale. That's a huge energy. Maybe it has to do with song. Maybe something was under the surface before. Maybe this is a beautiful emotional situation, or a situation that comes into your life where you feel like you can breathe again. It's like you breached the surface of something. It looks like elevation and excitement and breath and breach, opportunity. It's a really big opportunity if that's coming through. Whale. I always think of the song of the whale though. And I feel that as resonating so beautifully with the earth that it possibly helps heal Mother Earth, Mama Nature. But I also think of it as communication via song. So it is possible you connect to others here through music, whether it's totally different styles of music coming together, introduction to something new, or that's how you communicate, maybe sending a song to someone. It could also be you just hear a song and that makes you think of a certain situation or a certain person. I definitely see music with that whale. Let's do this. I have the clarifying life situations. Let's get one card on things aren't ever as they seem, finding your path, reaching the surface of a situation. It could be that you finally get some clarity. Something comes to light. I feel like whatever it is, it's bringing you newfound enthusiasm. Maybe a sense of adventure. What else does the collective need to know to be helpful? Please and thank you. That one. Higher wisdom. Well, that would bring you huge clarity. You're looking at something through this like a magnifying glass, but I think that it's a spiritual lens, something that was unclear. It just makes me think of my readers. I got new readers, by the way. We got pink ones today, but something that was just, it was right there. It was just kind of fuzzy. You just needed the right perspective. You just needed to change the lens of how you saw something. You needed to involve your spirit to see it differently. Higher wisdom says explore options, learn what you can, and expand your horizons. Discover something new, join a new group, ask deeper questions to people you know to discover more about them. Turn the page. You have a new chapter. I feel like some of you are, I want to say with like when you're finding your pack, things aren't as they seem. I feel like there's something going on right now where there's a transition. So transition can be anything, especially with this here. Transition in a job. Maybe you're transferring, going somewhere else, but you have the same job. Maybe it's an elevation or a raise in the job that you have. It could be a transition to a new home, new town, new partnership or relationship. Something like that. But I feel like you're kind of in the I see the in-betweener time. So I am getting, for some of you, it might be one chapter closed, one chapter open. One is done, and then you move along. But I feel like for some of you, I see you stretching between something, going back and forth. So maybe there's a little transition time where you kind of have one foot in one chapter and then the other foot is in the other chapter for a little bit, not forever, but just until maybe something is tied up, or, you know, tying up loose ends, or finally putting something away. Yeah, I see like the last chapter of, or the last paragraph of your old chapter. Like you have to get to the, you don't want to stop it before you have the end, or to be continued. But you're still getting comfortable with something new. I hope that made sense for some of you. I didn't even read this, but let's put on my fun glasses. It says, turn the page, embrace new chapters with curiosity. Openness paves the path to wisdom. You have to be open. You have to be a little flexible in this new chapter. I don't think it's something you can completely plan or foresee until you're on that page. Until you're given the right tool, or the right conversation, or the right knowledge, something like that. Let's get one more from this deck. Turn the page, higher wisdom. And behind the veil. Well, it's giving you the same message here. Welcome uncertainty as an opportunity for growth, and to be okay with not knowing. If you have a new chapter ahead, whatever that is, new relationship, new job, new territory, new for you, get into the story. You don't have to know the ending before you're in that chapter. Otherwise, you don't have the experience. So even if something is a little out of focus, sometimes behind the veil, you're going to receive insight from your higher self on how to navigate this new territory best. You'll be receiving spiritual wisdom. You'll see what you need to, but some of it is about the experience. You have to be in the lesson to learn it. What does it say here? Give up control. Release the grip on the outcomes. Embrace the present moment's wisdom. I mean, when I see this whale, that whale is in the present moment. They are right there. If you're trying to control the outcome of anything, maybe you have to give up some control, which can require some strength. But I feel like something's going to turn out better than you thought. What is this? Ooh, oh, my cards are falling. It's small steps. So baby steps. Small steps, slow and steady. The small wins, the small triumphs, the everyday victories. Embrace them, because they're going to take you there. Steady progress, move with deliberate care, patience, and attentiveness, guide you throughout achievements. So even if you have big goals, you want to be involved in the everyday of you getting there. All of this is saying to be in the now, to be on the page you're in, whether you're in the transition time, whether you're tying up those loose ends, or whether you're just beginning something new. But it's being exactly where you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Don't get ahead of yourself. And allow your goals to change. Because if you're in new territory, doing something different, you might discover something along the way that's going to change your spiritual focus, your lens, to adjust your sails and maybe head in a different direction. I hear, like, I keep seeing tools, like almost like bring you some new tools. It could be spiritual tools, actual tools, maybe skills, something that's useful and valuable to maybe help you get where you're going at a different speed or in a different way than you would have known in your last 4 chapters. I don't know why I said 4. Maybe it was 4 months or 4 years. Let's get, what did I auto grab? The animal spirit messages. Clarity for the collective, please and thank you. guidance. You have a panther. It's time to release. Ooh, it's time to release your passions. Live your dreams. And you get the same message. You guys are just ready for a new chapter. It's time for something new. Something new wants to come in really bad into your life. So it's just giving you some little advice in the meantime to not get ahead of yourself. Don't be where you read half of the page and forget what you just did. This is being in something where you're passionate about it, where you get to do it, where you feel like you're all in, where you're open to new discovery. It's feeling every little step of your foot on the earth as you move. It's beginning a new chapter of your life, and you're encouraged to expand your awareness. It is possible you have new people, situations, or energies around you that are going to help you do this as well. It's eliminating fears and becoming a whole new person. How amazing does that sound? Who you're destined to be. You're going to just feel beautiful in your skin. You're going to feel like you're exactly where you should be, what you could have never foreseen it before. So a whole new person, and know that you are guided and protected. Whether this is spiritual guidance coming through, spiritual protection to make sure maybe you have a big old shut door somewhere, or a block from your plans on where you thought your next chapter was going to be because you're supposed to be somewhere else, or something's being orchestrated behind a closed door because there's something better for you over there to redirect you a little bit until something's ready for you. You never know. Just go with the flow as it comes. And this could also be guidance and protection from people around you, especially if it's people that really got your back and want to see you succeed, who love how you're unusual and special and there's no one like you. Let's go to the tarot. Let's see what's coming through. I feel like this is nice. There's all that deck of cards has so many cards in it, and I felt like it was kind of the same message that came through in all of these. Even the things are never as they seem. I put this together with the behind the veil. I don't know why I hear the big reveal. I don't know what that means. Maybe something will be revealed to you. It'll feel really big to you, but beautiful. Like when I hear the whale, and I heard music to your ears. Wow. Hey, that sounds pretty good. All right, what? This is the Weird World Tarot. Let's just see what comes through. What does the collective need to know? What is the foundational message on this transition? Yeah, you have the Hangman. You are in transition. This is the pause. This is a tweener time. This is a chance for you to reflect, to not see anything. Where's that message? You're not going to see anything through the lens that you saw it in the past, or when you were that person that you don't even recognize anymore, because you are elevating and escalating spiritually, and so awesome that you love this new direction. You learn from the past, and that's cool because that's part of you. But what's coming in is so much better and brighter. You learn that by taking a pause. Sometimes this is sacrificing something that's no longer working for you. Sometimes this means you have to give something up, an old way of thinking, an old way of doing something, an old partnership, person, place, environment, group, whatever it is. It's something that once you take this little pause and you finally see something through a different lens, almost like a complete 180 degree, you're like, oh, how was that in front of my face? I'm here for so many years. So maybe it's been years, maybe it was months, and you just didn't see it. You just didn't have the awareness that it was there. Something is going to come through, and you are going to suddenly become aware. Wow, I just heard it. Alanis. I am aware now. What is that song? You treat me like I'm a princess. I'm not used to liking that. You ask how my day was. You already won me over? Wow, Hangman and Alanis Morissette just met in Violet Dove land here. So this is beautiful energy. It just means you have to take a little break, a little time to reflect. And once you do, you're going to see something how you never saw it before. So when you turn around, don't stay upside down forever. Don't be in that pose forever. But when you unpause yourself and come back around, look at the illumination around your head. Look at how you're grounded in now. How even if you're upside down, you're still sort of standing solid. And you come out of this situation with this new illumination. So now your light's turned on here. And I always feel like with the Hangman, it's a little different. It's up here. It's your higher self that's illuminated. Even here, it looks like a halo. So you do have a higher wisdom. You do have the right lens to look at every situation around you different. So all of the decisions you make are now different. Clarity on the Hangman, that's a 12. What has been illuminated in this pause or this time of reflection for the collective, please and thank you. Oh, and you got the Hermit. Wow. That's so perfect. You have become so wise. You've not just been illuminated in how you see something, you're glowing inside too. You've turned on your big badass spiritual lantern here, and you have seen something so differently that you are now not just taking small steps in wisdom, having the capacity to see through the veil, even if you have the wisdom to understand that something has to be veiled. It's still you seeing in between the lines, seeing the writing on the wall. This is the seer, the wise one. The Hermit gets there through experience, though, because he or she has been through some experiences. And sometimes you have to go. It's telling you to go to that cave, to tap into your inner guidance system, to turn on your inner wisdom. And it could be that when you come out, you are the one that is going to guide others through the spiritual evolution that you've gone through. It doesn't mean you won't go through more situations, or have the wool pulled over your eyes in other situations, or be in the dark, or have to have courage, or to find groups that you don't quite groove with, or feel out of place here, or be under the surface of another situation. But there are many chapters to this amazing experience on Earth. But through all of those chapters, you get the chance to find your inner wisdom and constant growth. Upside down, it's definitely not taking way too long a pause and not connecting with others that could possibly bring some beautiful memories and I hear adventures, but support into your life. Sometimes you have to make the effort to get out there and go somewhere different and see who you meet. And the Hermit, also a Virgo card, is also wise enough to know that if it's a particular group that's constantly relying on his or her light to see the writing on the wall or to gain the wisdom, he or she is aware that sometimes you need to put that light out a little bit. So these people can get strong enough to turn on their own light too. Because when they're strong enough to turn on their own light, when they're ready, because it's not going to happen until somebody's ready to learn, but when they're ready, And they gain that breach and that elevation and can see beyond and through the veil and tap into higher vision. Then each of these people gets to be a guide to others. And it just continues on. And it's beautiful. I also see the Hermit as having a deep and profound healing. Clarity on the Hermit. So let's see, now that your spiritual light is lit, I see it like an endless candle, and I don't know why I just heard the Bangles' Eternal Flame. That's kind of a funny song. Let's see what you need to see. Because it's telling you to be okay and release control with what you can't see. But let's see what you need to be aware of in this new chapter to help you out or to help navigate you. Justice. These are big cards. So what you need to know is you could have to make a very big decision, but use the higher perspective on something. Tap into your higher self, balance your heart and your head, be grounded. You might be the one who has to make this wise decision. But when you do, this is the kind of decision that feels so good after it's made. It's due time. It changes everything. It brings everything in your life back into balance. Sometimes it's an adjustment too. You have to adjust a little bit over here. No, that didn't work. Adjust over here. No, that maybe that's a little better. And sometimes it's a constant adjustment. It's not just set, but sometimes it is one big decision that is set, and that makes all of the difference. Upside down, you are just not making decisions rationally or on equal, like from the higher viewpoint, the bird's perspective, taking all into account. It's one-sided. But if you're only concerned about balancing the scale because of everybody else and not involving yourself, that scale will be in balance. If you're only involving yourself and not your environment or others out there, then it's also going to be in balance. You have to consider everything for this to come back into balance. Sometimes it's the justice system. This could be a big decision that's made. That's going to feel good once it's made. That would be a big closed chapter and a total fresh start to work in a new chapter. But the 11 is such a divine number. It's a master number. It could be a Libra energy too. Here, there is nothing on your scales. And interesting, this is a really different justice card. There isn't a scale. It's you who's holding each of these. You're feeling how balanced or imbalanced something is. And look at this huge moon. You have to use your inner knowing and your intuition. Open heart here. And I like that she's got a crown by her third eye. And she has a corset of armor on her gut, which does make me think of maybe do listen to your gut in a certain situation, because there's intelligence there when you get a feeling about something. So these are all really big cards. They're all major arcana. So whatever transition is going on right now to bring you back into balance in this new chapter, I feel like it's gonna feel not just fair again. It's gonna feel right. It's gonna feel real. It's gonna feel as. It's funny. I heard as you've always desired it or foreseen it. But then the other message is saying that you don't know what's coming. So I just think it's going to be better than maybe close, but different than what you thought. All right, clarity on justice. What is that about? And then you have the Queen of Cups. So maybe this is a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. The Queen of Cups is coming in because whatever chapter this is, it's going to make you feel open-hearted. You're going to be receptive to love, expressing the truth of your heart. She's emotionally stable. She's nurturing. She's super beautiful. But she's sitting on a very hard stone throne, which is so different than her energy, because she's usually warm and fuzzy and sensitive and psychic and kind and generous of her heart, kind of romantic and poetic. And yet she's all of that, but she's able to sit on this dark, hard throne. So I feel like maybe you are the one entering into a situation and warming something up. Maybe you're softening somebody's heart, or you're the one softening up an environment, or maybe the environment you were in was kind of like that, like dark and cold, and you get to enter somewhere. It doesn't feel like that. You bring your beautiful, loving, open heart somewhere new, deserving of you. Upside down, we'll look at her that way too. She's a little weird upside down. When the Queen of Cups is upside down, she's either completely unstable in her emotions, all over the place. You never know what you're going to get because she doesn't have a good sense of control, nor on her reactions to things. She overreacts to things, or she underreacts and almost does a purposeful just not give you anything. And it's always like I'm going to teach you a lesson. I'm going to not talk to you, and then you're going to want me, or I'm not going to say anything to you and make you feel weird. It's like, it's sort of emotional manipulation upside down. She toys with others or tries to use things that would emotionally tug someone to orchestrate something for her benefit. It's not a nice energy upside down, even though she has the potential upright to be so sexy and beautiful, so loving and inviting, where you just want to be around her. And she's stable emotionally. She's not afraid to cry because she doesn't bottle things up, but she has a handle on her emotions so much that she can also help others feel comfortable with opening up about their emotions, but also has a healing energy for people. So she can be relatable to somebody that's going through something emotionally, but always a little bit more like this hermit here, offers the right kind of advice. Like, I've been through that, I understand, but if you do this, you're going to be better. You're amazing. Like, she gives the right kind of advice to help people through really hard stuff. This way. I just peeked at this. I feel like we should pull another card, but I'm going to show you that quick and pull another card. That's the Knight of Pentacles. It could be a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Knight of Pentacles is that where you did have something that said small steps. That would be that Knight of Pentacles energy. Slow and steady wins the race. Feeling every step of the way, knows when to take a break, to take a pause, to make some adjustments. But the Knight of Pentacles wants to put all of their energy and their time and their attention into what they're doing, creating, and pursuing. So they feel it and they're proud of it. Now let's get clarity on that Queen of Cups, please and thank you. That's a new start. Oh, wow. It is possible, since I saw, that Knight of Pentacles, that She is starting a new chapter, like that Knight of Pentacles, riding, you know, diving into something because of an emotional tie or emotional love, but getting grounded in reality to start something to work for the long term. But it looks like here, it's grabbing this rod of passion by the universe. It's almost like you're grabbing energy and creating a storm, or creating, wow, that's so pretty. Your energy is either big enough to create changes as big as controlling the weather, or something as big as Mother Nature and the weather is so in tune with your energy that it's like working its way towards you. I don't know why I see the weather, but I see that as the winds of change, as a grand opportunity, as this fiery, passionate, brand new start of expansion, and something you want to put your energy into pursue. And it looks like whatever it is with this Empress here, whatever you're starting, you're moving out of the energy of the Queen and into a divine energy. This is like Mother Nature. She's creation. She's all of those queens combined. She's the mother, she's the boss, she's the nurturer, she's the friend, she's the grandmother. She's everything. The Empress has it all. She knows how to take any new situation, any new project, to breach the surface, to birth something, whatever that is, and whatever she's birthing and beginning and starting, she had it in that incubation stage, from that passionate idea, from that passionate burst of I am masculine energy to put into something, and then the allowance and the, where is that you had to let stuff go? That. Because when something incubating, it's just growing. And then knowing once there's that start, so it could be anything. It could be a project, a new something, a new job. She could be actually giving birth. This could be a mother energy coming in. Sometimes it does mean pregnancy. But this is the energy that is there for every stage of something's growth. To know when it needs a little extra attention. Nurturing here, emotional support, wisdom, and turning the light on. I see a little night light. And when something needs a little more room to grow on its own, to leave something so they can have their own growth. Know how to balance that scale through the entire process, and know when something is ready to go on its own and leave the nest. Whatever that is, even if it's just the takeoff of a business, sometimes it's going on vacation or going away for a little while and being there in the right process, that something is just smooth running and doesn't need your full attention all the time. Upside down, she's still pretty divine, but she wants everything around her to do well, to the point where she forgets to take care of herself. She's the Empress. She can't forget to take care of herself. So she can be overindulgent on something upside down. But the Empress, upside down even, is still pretty beautiful. She's just not quite in the right energy. She didn't get to be the Empress for no reason. So she just needs to find herself again. Like a little fuzzy here. So let's sum this up with one message from the bird deck, if I have it. I hope this was helpful for you. The Empress in a general reading. I mean, it could be somebody you know. I thought I had the bird. It could be you, but in a general reading, I think it's the feminine part of you. You need to embody and nurture yourself and nurture others. And that is the underlying energy to help you out during this new chapter. Because if it's telling you that you're not going to know everything that's going to happen and you have to be in the now, it would be the Empress that has the wisdom and insight and passion and desire to be in that chapter, in that growth, in her own story, to get to experience it. The Empress doesn't want to sit back and watch it from the sidelines or know how it's going to end. And kind of, it's like when somebody tells you the ending of a story or tells you the good parts before you get to read it. Just like, no, don't ruin it for me. I want to be in the chapter. I want to see the movies. Don't tell me the end. It's kind of like that when it's a really good, juicy story. This is a good, juicy story in your life. So experience every moment of it. One more message and you got the turkey. All right. So, I mean, that's kind of interesting because you do have a little bit of sacrifice that you have to make here. And the Empress does want the best for others, but she has to know how to balance what she's giving up and what she allows in. The turkey is number 36. A turkey is a really big bird. We see a lot of lady turkeys together, and only maybe one or two males. I am turkey, the giveaway bird. I am gratitude. I am nourishment. Well, that would definitely be the Empress. I am the sacrifice of the soul. I am the martyrdom and the reason we hold fast to our beliefs. I am plentiful in harvest. I am the path of service and humanity. I relinquish the ego. I renounce the self. I am the benefit of the greater good. If you're looking through anything with a spiritual lens here, all the decisions that you're going to make, small and large, seeing the beautiful aspects of every other soul here, because we're all beautiful and unique and special, and nobody is on the same path. You're going to be looking at it through compassionate spiritual lens. So it is where your ego, doesn't mean it doesn't sneak back on in from time to time. We're in this 3D earth having weird experiences, and sometimes ego needs to step up to bat and be there, but it can't control everything. When you release that need to control is when you step into your true power. You are being asked to serve a purpose. Without empathy, we do not evolve. I am a life of charity. I am the bounty that can be shared with others. Look around to see who needs you. Your own needs may have to wait for a while. I am the spirit of living honorably. This is quiet dignity and servitude. You are a vessel for the greater good. You are compassion. You are giving of yourself, and you are turkey. Thank you so much for being here, for liking this video, for your beautiful comments. I love you so much, and I hope you have a beautiful day. I'll see you soon. Bye.